If you're going to say anything about this series, at least you could say it has been unique. After an 85-minute Game 1 where Alliance forced that standoff trying to stay alive in the tournament, they have now lost and they are out of the tournament, but we're still playing this Game 2, which means we're going to get a little different. It's not like too far out there, but we're going to get a little different with our draft. A safe lane Riki picked up and a very, very early SF pick as well from Team Secret.
Yeah. That everyone just sort of said, give me this hero, give me that hero. And that's just kind of how they determine their lineups, I guess.
Do you feel like, I mean, look at this, Alliance has a pretty normal lineup, right? They have a Grimstroke Sand King lane, a nice little, like, you've got some synergy there. You've also got Grimstroke Juggernaut, which when Grimstroke first came into Captain's Mode, that was one of the most common duos. That was back when Lich was also being run with Juggernaut a lot as a dual lane. You have this Morph, which I'm guessing is supposed to do well as a mid laner against SF. Because the way I saw it is Pango first pick, you picked up the SF dumpsters Pango in lane. And then they picked the Morph. I'm guessing Morph is supposed to do well against SF?
Low HP, but good base damage. That's the idea, I guess. But it's always scary because when you have the early levels of Morph and you just get like double raise and you could potentially die being a little bit too low.
Yeah.
Once the SF hits level 3, it's a bit of an awkward matchup, I'd say.
Sure. We're also going to see the Mars hero.
And Secret's going to pick up, in fact, 3 of the bounty runes is...
Nisha snuck around in the side.
You die.
Took away one of the Sand Kings. So we're going to have the... I was wondering how this lane setup was going to go. The Riki versus Sand King, I can't imagine that's super favorable for Riki, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I guess not. We saw the Mars versus Sand King, though, last time, and that was very favorable for the Mars, apparently.
I mean, Riki does have this, like, he has an advantage in any 1v1 in that he should outlast hit you. He can even outlast hit you for denies because of his backstab damage, but you have the Caustic Finale problem, where Sand King at some point is just going to take over the lane with Caustic Finale and Burrow Strike. So we'll see how that goes. Taiga coming in from the side here with his Orb of Venom.
And this is what I was talking about, like the early raises.
Yeah.
On the mid-game. He can't morph up too high. And so mid one's just kind of zoning him out. He pops the mango. He's just kind of going for it right now. And he has crushed the opening wave.
Yeah. So it makes you kind of wonder why they
look at this build.
Why they picked up this Morphling against the
he has,
mango.
He has 3 more mangoes coming in.
All right. I mean, the SF, like, I guess Midwan knows he can't really challenge when you're just going for right click when it comes to last hits, so he's going to have to, like, he's just going to be nuking the wave nonstop. Zai missing out on the spear because Madara actually does manage to pop the spin in time. With the help of the Inkswell, they will run him down. That's going to be first blood for Insania. And a second blood here on Yapzor as well as the Orb of Venom, and the body blocking from Taiga will ensure that he claims the last hit.
Yeah, just nice rotations by him throughout the series as Nisha's getting real aggressive here. Boxy starting to get a little bit low. One more hit would have done it. Sand King, not the best armor on him.
Yeah, I guess not. And with the help of, I guess, the Ogre to zone out the Sand King a bit, do a little bit of pulling action as well. Maybe this lane is actually a lot more favorable for the Riki than we thought. Taiga coming in again. Doing a little bit of damage.
He's getting pretty low with the Orb of Venom.
Do you think he can actually go for it with a swing on through with a swashbuckle? Maybe. Oh,
2
no.
HP. He had 2 health.
He had to get in front of him with the swashbuckle.
Yeah.
That's how you get the extra hit, and then you're in front of him as well, so you're naturally going to get more auto attacks.
Ah, well, you know, now he's got 12 souls.
Oh, dear.
Well, yeah, I think he had it before, but I also think that he leveled Raise level 1, right?
Yeah.
So there's a good chance that he didn't, and well, now he does. So it's well, what can you do here? You see him get the hit. One more.
I mean, he just gets
2 HP.
I mean, you know where mid one was going too, so you could have predicted get in front of him.
Invisibility.
Well, that's awkward. Now you've got a really dangerous top lane for Alliance with the level 2 on the Grimstroke. They're going to try and spear him away. The Inkswell does pop on top of Mars, but he fortunately had enough stick charges that Madara is not going to be able to go for that kill. Give him a healing salve to
Pop
Mars
the mango
as well.
too to try to abuse him right there, but mid lane.
He's morphling, man. He's just being shoved back nonstop. They do have the lucky shot now. And they do manage to successfully get a hit there, but Taiga's not really changing this lane a whole lot.
As Boxy getting beaten back again. Going to drag a little bit more of the attention to the left side where he just wants to farm out these neutrals, but Nisha's in fact going to get the last hit on the one that matters.
Burst strikes on through, but he doesn't have Sandstorm. That Nisha's going to take advantage of this. Might actually kill Boxy as he gets into the trees, gets a good healing salve off, and the Caustic Finale slowing down Nisha helps out as well. Close call there for Boxy, which either losing his life or losing his healing salve would have cost him a lot there. But he's just trying to get it into the creep wave where he can start getting that Caustic Finale hits and feel a little bit safer if Nisha does go on him. 2-2 as our 5-minute bounty runes are approaching. We're going to see Taiga try and come down to this bottom lane. They're going to push the lane in as much as possible, and then they can back up and try and claim both bounty runes. We'll see how Secret responds. Same thing's kind of happening for Alliance's safe lane as well as they're pushing in that lane. They're giving themselves a good opportunity to get 3 or 4 bounties here as the Burrow Strike on through. Boxy's going to be able to nab that one. Nisha's going to jump over, though. Taiga still has the swashbuckle up. That is going to be no Burrow Strike for Boxy, but he does have a Sandstorm. He'll be okay there. Alliance do manage to grab 3, but it's going to cost Insania his life. He's going to get speared straight to the tree. The Inkswell going off, though. Maybe they can't finish him off in time. Finally, the last shot from Yapster is there just before the explosion can occur. And Madara, once again, has spin, but doesn't have anything left in the bank.
Yeah, just has to reset. As laning phase-wise, it does seem to be going pretty positively for Team Secret right now, as even with a little bit of fun that they're having with Nisha on this Ricky, it's actually doing a lot of damage right now. Boxy's getting pretty low. He has stun up in 1 second. He should be able to just use it to get away, but in fact goes the other way, swings back around as mid one, runs into Taiga, gets the kill here, but Puppey just not fast enough to catch up to the Sand King.
Looks like a battle over the power runes. Mid one not only wins that engagement, but also gets a little lucky. Regen rune spawns at top.
Yeah, so that's another kill that he gets on Taiga by himself.
Good read for the Mars. You know, how do you feel about playing against Juggernaut? Because I'll tell you, I like playing Mars against Jug, even if he can spin through my arena. I feel like the spear can catch Jug a lot. When it comes to the laning phase, you know when he wants to run at you and spin oftentimes. So he either has to spin early or he's going to get caught by the spear. And then on top of that, you've got your passive, which is so good against Omnislash.
Yeah, but it's not like you're going to level your passive early on.
Oh,
That's
no.
part of the problem.
But for the overall game sense, right?
Yeah, I guess. It is really annoying, though, that he can get out of it so easily.
It's like defensively, the Jug's good, but like offensively, he's not going to be super good against Mars either. 4-2. Ultimate out from the Reiki. Boxy is just having such a tough time in this lane. Actually went for the bottle. Does have some bottle charges left. Burrow Strikes on through. They do have a spin to be able to finish off the Mars at top. Boxy got away with the Burrow Strike, and he does still have his healing salve up, so he's good there. But they just keep on getting chased away, and right now, Puppey, the 5 position, is level 3. Taiga is level 2, and he's actually going to die here with a Fire Blast, and the last backstab hit from Nisha. 5 kills in 7.5 minutes now for Team Secret.
And this bottom lane just continues to struggle as the Sand King. He just gets hit a few
You have
times.
Insania, though, with the Inkswell. Maybe they can actually stay on top of Nisha long enough they can get the kill. A big turnaround that'll help everyone's experience. Top Ogre win rates, 25 games plus. Puppey sitting at 4th there at 65.5%. It's pretty good. That's some high win rates for AFK Bloodlust hero.
I guess it's more like the situations in which they pick it up in, right?
Yeah.
Like he's gonna buff up this Riki and sort of make his life just better overall. They have a lot of frontline with this hero too, as they know that Taiga's invis. And
They still have the Burst Strike. They can still make a full commitment here with Inkswell. They're going to jump onto the tanky Ogre. Not tanky enough, though, to live inside of the Sandstorm. But Nisha,
here.
He's going to go for the back line with Mid1 joining him as well. They should be able to get an easy double kill for that Shadow Fiend. Now Zai's going to be running underneath his Tier 1 tower since Secret teleported to bottom lane. There's nobody to help him with this dive, it seems, as Yapzor couldn't stop the Juggernaut all by himself.
Yeah, I mean, I think in this early laning phase, it's actually quite nice to play Jug versus Mars, because you just kill him. And he can't really pressure you as Taiga. Gotta be careful here. There is a second raise available, but the Orb of Venom slow should be just enough for him to get out of that situation, as Yapzor might now get gone on. The nuke gonna miss, but Madara is now on top of him, and this should be a kill.
Zai, he's going to go for the opposing kill. Unless he tries to save, instead go for Madara. He's going to hold on to the spear, throws out at the last second, spears him to the tree, but there's a decent amount of sustain here in Madara. He has just enough out from the stick until a Fire Blast comes in, and Zai with a Bloodlust will run down the carry Jug, who does manage to grab his drums. Maybe he got that just before he died. I want to point out the CS on our SF, who had 22 denies when I looked at him before that.
He has such a fast
Dual Scepter. Mickey seems to have no game whatsoever. 10-minute bounty runes coming up. Insania hoping that maybe they... Okay. A spear away. Just trying to escape, but they actually do manage to get the spear onto the Morphling now. Zai trying to chase him into the shrine area, but as he reaches back to it, especially with a TP into the Juggernaut, give up on the chase. 2,000 net worth lead now for Team Secret. As we did glance bottom, and we saw that epicenter being used. Obviously, didn't seem to get a kill.
Yeah, Nisha just popped his ult in return. Such an awkward position.
Yeah.
They're just trading. Neither hero really getting the better of the other. Riki is ahead in net worth, though, somewhat significantly. It's really the Shadow Fiend, though, that's been the biggest beneficiary of all of this. Is Mid1's going to get gone on, and Taiga not nearly close enough to pop the Inkswell off.
Yeah, 11 minutes in, still does not have his level 6 despite the tome change. That is how you know your laning phase went real bad. At least when it comes to levels anyway. One Caustic Finale hit, gets another one, but the Riki still has his ultimate, and he has so much damage with this 0-4-4 build. 2 Wraith Bands and a Treads that's stuck on agility as well. This is going to be a fast diffusive blade. This has long been the criticism of this hero as a core, is the fact that he doesn't really come online until he has diffusive blade. As a safe laner, though, you get that dedicated farm. You'll be able to have that diffusive blade by at latest 20 minutes here. It's probably looking more like 16. Sentry laid out, Boxy sees it, and Burrow strikes away real quickly.
And they're trying to find it right now. And Puppey, in fact.
And then it's lashed the two of them together, trying to get away from the Riki. The explosion goes out, but he's going to tick out here from the Ignite or the final Blink Strike in from the Riki, and that's going to be a dodge on the Burrow Strike as well, which leaves Boxy with no ability whatsoever. He tries to cut through a tree in a cute little way, but doesn't change anything. Now the smoke cloud that's finally level from Nisha will help Puppey get away from the Juggernaut.
Yeah, Puppey's actually just going to run no problem, and another kill added to the total, 4,000 up. The Shadow Fiend continues to have a big game.
Oh,
Taiga
gets the spear before he can actually get the Rolling Thunder off, and that'll be Tier 1 falling against the double damage of Mid1, who is at 7,200 net worth.
He is so far ahead of the pack right now. Does have the Yules, actually. He's got nearly 3,000 gold cap on top of the Yules at 12 minutes.
Yeah, he could have had the Blink Dagger a while ago.
Might as well just mess around and go like Radiance SF. Do it up. So going to run into Mickey here, and the smoke screen, in fact, switches targets onto Insania.
Rolling Thunder's coming through, though. They can keep him stunned here, especially with Inkswell. Tries to get away, pops the ultimate, actually bounces back down with a Burrow Strike on top of it as well. Nisha's gone, and Puppey is stuck here in the river. He should be falling as well, unless Zai can somehow protect him. Throws out the arena, goes for the fast kill onto this Pango, but can't quite finish him up. That wall damage being nerfed probably makes a difference there in that kill. Taiga survives, and Zai just runs into his death.
They committed a lot to trying to save Nisha there, so we'll lose a few heroes. 3,000 gold is still the lead, and they're going to grab the tower as this is a stark difference in the previous game where it felt like Secret were willing to take all fights together. It sort of just feels a little bit more random, considering I think the game has no bearing on standing anymore at all.
Yeah.
So having a little bit more fun if you're Secret, as they should blow up Boxy here, no problem. The multicast just for extra measure.
Maybe this is like just strength training for mid one, you know?
Yeah.
They're just they're saying, okay, you're gonna have to 1v5 like Miracle did. We're gonna run around, get into fights. Maybe we'll kill something. Maybe we'll die. But you're gonna have to hard carry this game with SF.
Just Nisha wanted to play Ricky, so you're gonna do your thing.
Yeah.
And hopefully pick up the win for us.
Sania trying to get some deep vision out right now. Not sure if he really is going to wait this long for the Sand King to make his TP over in the long trek.
That's
kill
patience.
this Mars. That is perhaps too much patience because
Zai's going to whiff on the spear. There's another tower just being taken. Mid one and Nisha both up here this time.
Knowing they've got this tier 2 tower dead, the Crystal Maiden's going to TP to the tier 3, setting up for a tower defense with Zai already lurking in the trees here, ready to go for the surprise spear. Has the arena as well to be able to intercept more heroes as the Grimstrokes is going to try and come in with the help of the Rolling Thunder. They're going to be able to down some heroes around the south. Yules from the SF, but as he comes back down, he's immediately stunned with Mars. Going down inside of the arena, Yaps are covering the field with the freezing field. Is going to be able to draw some of Alliance away and will be able to get 2 kills, one of which on the Juggernaut. There is Mickey sitting on the side here. He's ready to jump in as the Morphling, trying to get that stun out, but he's immediately silenced by the smoke screen. Now stunned up by the Fire Blast, and as he morphs in his strength, that means he's got no armor, very susceptible to this Riki, as he's just getting chunked down at this point.
The finishing raise too, and that is Nisha with his Diffusal Blade, meaning almost all the heroes from Alliance are susceptible to this. The Juggernaut, I guess the Morphling with his Ghost Scepter is in a better position than the rest of them, but it's not like he's got farm either, and they have more than enough magic damage to burst through. As we saw there, it all starts with Zai from the fog, pinning Madara to the tree line.
Yeah.
Boxy's just going to get out of there as fast as possible, bottling a DD for himself. Still a ways away from the Blink Dagger, 1,000 off.
Boxy's now like hard countered. Thought his lane was going to go better, but now that we're at the place where we've got the smoke screen slow, that is, his game is probably going to feel the worst right next to Taiga's. Nisha could just be a killer. So can mid one, honestly, with this Blink Yule Scepter still, but they spotted him out. Nice. Blink away. They had a ward in good position, but seems mid one got tipped off somehow. Maybe just because of that defensive ward on the other side of the river. Gave him some info. 3-man smoke up, heading over to mid. They want to play around mid one if possible.
He's the tankiest hero by far. And he just has the most farm. He's got 10k net worth in 17 minutes.
So as they meet up with him, they don't find anybody from Alliance. They're going to try and get some aggressive vision down. They might just spot Boxy here. The Fire Blast stun. Not there in time. Mid one. Didn't get the Yules off fast enough either.
Everyone pinging in that area.
And now they're just going to swoop on in. They know how much stronger they are than Alliance. So if they can just catch anybody, that'll be a kill. Zai catching Insania. And dies just like that.
And the chase on a Boxy right now, who doesn't have Sandstorm or his stun. But they'll be unsuccessful here as they even scan to the left. But Boxy is holding his position. Is going to start the TP. Gets out no problem. Does some damage to the tower too. Yapstor now finishes his Blink Dagger.
The fact that your forward position has gotten his Blink Dagger before the 3.
Jeez. He has a BKB already. Yeah. I'm not quite sure what to say here.
It's a hard life.
It's an 18-minute BKB Blink Yules. That's hard life.
Because that 8,000 net worth lead, we just know it's going to get worse given the kind of kill power that Team Secret have right now, unless they're met with a really strong Alliance defense. And they do manage to get the Burrow Strike here onto Nisha with the ultimate going out to protect him for the time. He can jump over to Zai, which he will do, but the silence is going to follow him as they kept the vision, but the Omni Slash bounce over the neutrals. Now the Spear landing onto the Morphling, peering him to the deck, which means Nisha's still trying to get away, but Taiga does have the dust. He's going to run into Nisha once, twice, keeping controlled up. He ends up falling. Boxy does manage to Burrow Strike away from everybody here. Insania is going to go for a one-on-one against the Crystal Maiden, but the rest of his team isn't there until Madara charges over with his drums. That fast-moving Samurai is going to come over with his spin. Yapster trying to juke him out, does juke him out for one hit, but a big crit comes out from Madara, just enough to finish off that support. But you used all of that for a support. Now you got to try and get out back over the Shine. We're going to watch Puppy die here with the Epicenter. Inkswell combo. They go straight onto Zai, but the BKB is already activated by mid one, so they just have to go for Zai as best as possible. See if they can finish him off. Madara with the spin is able to get the magic damage to kill that Mars, and mid one is the only survivor of that long, drawn-out fight for Team Secret.
It just starts with your Riki, who, he just explodes as soon as anybody gets on top of him and doesn't have a BKB of his own. And that's your primary damage dealer. They never really got the opportunity to let loose with the ulti. They don't have the best ways to deal with Madara unless the Riki is there to start with the smoke screen. So everything just sort of resets. Such a weird way. Is Puppy going to hit the multicast, but no one else nearby?
He's going to help them get a lot of their next round of items, like that Ether Lens for Insania. Blink instant silence precast, it looks like, off of the vision he had, but Insania still dies. 20-15. That net worth lead dips down a bit. Team
Secret. Go for the Roche?
Yeah, time to take Roshan. You just got to pick off. You see at least one bottom lane. Actually going to smoke some of their heroes out here. The supports are going to start stepping to bottom, just like they took the tier 2 at top and then still went bottom to defend. This time around, they're going to try and do Roche and then also still set up for a team fight. The rest of their team can join here. They found Taiga, but he already got off the swashbuckle, so he's going to be a little bit farther away, but the SF also still has that Blink Dagger, and now be on godlike streak.
And this is currently just the mid one show.
Yeah.
He's sort of just doing whatever he feels like. Hasn't been touched this game really. Is Boxy backing up his Morphling, but
they might be able to touch him now with the Blink Dagger of the Sand King.
Yeah.
Especially with the Inkswell, if they put him on before the Sand King. That's a nice 1-2 chainstone punch.
They would have to do it so perfectly, though, the timing.
Yeah.
The jump in. Nisha.
Trying to help out this Juggernaut, but something they can do. And now they may be losing Insania as Puppy's going to try and slow him down with the Ignite.
And Boxy, they see him. They want him instead.
Oh no, the smoke screen, that's such a big problem. They don't have a force staff or anything just yet. And Zai, he's just daring into the tier 3s here, but he's gonna get blown up, and the magic damage on the Morphling with that shotgun. Mid one though, follows it up, does manage to get at least one. Pops BKB, tries to let it rip on top of the Morphling, but he's already morphed into full strength, so that magic damage isn't gonna be able to burst him down as well as he thought.
And he's actually going for it.
Yeah,
and he's got to be careful. He's dead.
He's going to be able to Blink Strike on top of the SF to keep up with him, then waveforms on top. Turns back on Riki once again. Now they manage to get the disarm out to the Riki. That's not allowing him to finish off that Morphling. And Mickey will swap back in once again. The Aegis, the second life of the Riki. Can they kill him a second time here with a start up here with the Rolling Thunder? Bounce back with the silence as well. They've got him dead. Mickey.
That is so much gold.
That is a massive amount.
How much did he get for the Alliance? And they might get more.
Okay, Puppy. Looks like he's... no, TP.
He's gone. But still, the overcommitment onto the Morphling in the base. Mid one didn't really have that lined up in time. He was well morphing into strength by the time he came back down and hit the earth. The rest of his team not really in the best position to be able to just follow him up like that.
I do like the fact he went force staff on Morphling, which they really need to counter this Riki, both for himself and his allies.
And they were so far behind just everyone in terms of comparative net worth.
Yeah. Nah.
And the timing of that. I heard Madara yell right there.
Well played. Oh, they're going for the epicenter. They're going to try and catch him with a burrow strike. See if they can get Mars on the way out. That bulwark will help mitigate a lot of the Omni Slash damage, and the arena will allow him to be able to escape until the shotgun finishes him off the Mars. Boxy inside with the Sandstorm gets taken out by Nisha, and the 1-2 punch of the Razes as well will finish off the Juggernaut. Now they're going to be able to stop the Morphling TPing, and just as quickly as you thought Secret had dropped the ball in this game, Alliance toss it right back to him.
And it just comes down to the fact that they try to make their own aggressive play under the Tier 1 tower. It's 23 minutes in. There's still a Tier 1 tower. Everyone's going to TP for that. You have to realize that you will die making that move, as Insania with a pretty nice juke here. He's still looking for it right now and does catch the tail end of that TP. Should be going down as mid one focuses on killing the Spirit first, and mid one catches him. Executing Raze is there.
Is that the Blink Dagger? Oh, Jesus. It's the Blink Dagger on the Pango, so they have more opportunities to chain stun mid one, but that's also the plus 150 Raze damage for the SF, which is gigantic this early on into the game.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And he still holds a almost 16,000 net worth on him right now compared to Madara's Juggernaut sitting at 11,000. You could see just a big difference in that how quickly mid one's able to farm up the neutrals as well as all these hero kills he's been a part of.
Boxy waiting in the wings. They're 3-man smoked up. It looks like they do want to take this fight, but
Zai
Zai
knows where Boxy's going to be hiding. Unfortunately, missed out on the spear. It was a good guess, but they still have Boxy controlled up until he burrow strikes onto the SF. Oh, the magic damage, it wasn't enough. They're trying to chase down mid one as best as possible. The Rolling Thunder is on top of him right now. The BKB is still activated, though, and mid one is going to be fine, it seems like, as Alliance have given up on that chase. They're going to turn on to Nisha instead with a swashbuckle on top of the two with the double fire blast as well from Mickey, who turns into an ogre for a moment there to get that chain stun. Very nicely played. Madara will be the recipient of both of those kills. They try and real quickly TP up to top lane to see if they can get the bounty runes or this kill on Yapzor, which they will have it too. That's 405 gold from a Crystal Maiden because of the lead that Team Secret just had.
And you see the split up. The rest of Secret were stuck in that area thinking there was going to be a fight. Perfect chain stunning onto the SF, who barely just doesn't die there.
Yeah, if the SF had somehow died in this engagement as well, we'd probably see Alliance actually taking a net worth lead in this game. SF letting loose the ultimate here, trying to finish off Boxy. Boxy does almost go down to that last raise, but does manage to get away in time. 8,000 net worth. Oh, okay. Rolling Thunder, bouncing things around. Insania realizing this is not a fight with the Shrine activated there. Tiger's going to try and get away. Zai tries to get in front of him with the spear, but misses.
That would have been sick.
Again, Zai's had twice now. He's made the really good hard read on somebody. Just
he blinks past and just the spear, man. Don't flame. It's hard to hit.
It is. I compare it to like a little bit like Nyx Assassin Impale. You know, sometimes you look like a god on it. Sometimes you're whiffing nonstop.
I saw the we were laughing about the meme yesterday. It's like, I'm Zai Spear number 241.
Oh no, that was Zai Spear number 242. Trying to go for Yapzor here, and it doesn't take much with Mickey going full Agi. It's only the 17 Shadow Fiend to break 16,000 net worth at 25 minutes on land. And they're still trying to defend their Tier 1 mid tower right now. Alliance at this point just hoping that anybody will show themselves. They'll be able to get the Blink Burrow, Blink Rolling Thunder chain stun into the shotgun. That can burst down almost anybody on the side of Secret. That's why Secret's refusing to show right now and is going to give up on this tower. And
Secret can still lose this game because this morph will just continue to scale up.
Yeah.
Same with the Jug. Like, it's the Force Staff from Mickey makes it really easy for him to just be able to save off the smoke screen on any of his cores. and then the fight just kind of resets in their favor. And slowly but surely, this Juggernaut should be getting real strong.
Double damage is super scary if they can actually... Oh, they're going to try and jump on Nisha here. Gets out the smoke screen. There goes the Rolling Thunder to try and chase down Zai. Nisha holding his Blink Strike for now. Wants to be able to jump over to Zai when he sees the opportunity for it.
And Taiga.
They need to give him an out, but Nisha's actually going to go for the kill here onto the Sand King. Gets it. And Taiga, well, he's stuck around a bit too long trying to chase people with Rolling Thunder.
The buyback from Puppey going to end that as Mara's just going to go for the TP out. Zai even gives him the swing. Because why not?
Yeah, why not?
A lot of this game is that. Why not? Why is Nisha Ricky? Why not? This SF was first 2 picked and it's got the highest net worth in the game. And he's got a Hex at 28 minutes. He's almost level 25 already.
I was gonna say he's gonna get level 25 before. Oh, there's just double blink in immediately. Grimstroke does manage to chain the 2 of them, even if he's speared to the tier 3. He will slow down the retreat and give him an opportunity for double shotgun blast. Follow that up. Oh, nice smoke screen preventing the burrow strike follow-up off of that epicenter. Now they've just wasted one of their big damage abilities. Does Team Secret feel confident enough though to hit a tier 3? I'm not so sure.
Doubtful. They don't really have tower hitters. They have killers. That's what they've got.
Yeah.
They have heroes that get kills. In terms of actual tower hitting, the only way that they're going to take tier 3s and stuff is when most of Alliance is dead, which is why they decided to go for like that ultra aggressive blink in. Because if you kill the Morphling there, I mean, your opportunity is pretty easy, but...
So now back to Roshan. You've got Bulwark in the front. Backstab in the back. It's a tag team combo that poor old Roshan doesn't know how to deal with. So that'll be an Aegis and cheese for mid one. Nope, cheese for Mars, who almost has a BKB. Meanwhile, items flooding in for Alliance, another 4 staff, this one for the Pangolier, and a Veil for Boxy. So again, if they do get the chains done, they can lay out a lot of magic damage during that time, not just from the Morph, but amplifying up the Epicenter, Grimstroke, Pango. A lot of stuff being thrown around in magic damage department.
This is another game where I see Alliance with a net worth disadvantage, but I can still see them winning.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, though.
It's an important upgrade, the level 20 talent for the Riki. Super hard to play the back line when the Riki can jump like 2,000 units to be able to catch you. They're going to lead things off with the Rolling Thunder. I like how he didn't focus on that Ogre and went for the next target. That's going to be Yapster up there in the high ground. Just keeps him chain stunned the entire time. Does manage to activate the BKB, and he can go for the freezing field if he wants inside of the arena. BKB activated by mid one and Zai as they push forward to be able to kill the Morphling. Nice spear out from Zai that catches the Pango as well. Yapster survives through all of that, and Alliance did overextend themselves.
And the Morph goes down for this too. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a very good fight, but not being able to burst down Yapsor, who pops the BKB ulti in front of their faces, then the Hex from the Shadow Fiend onto the Morphling, who doesn't have any way to stop that.
Yeah, Mickey on a almost full Agi at that point, since he had just shotgunned the poor Ogre.
Nisha's got a full nullifier now too, so the E-Blade is no longer your savior for the Morphling.
Madara hoping to force people back with this bottom lane push.
Yeah, we talked about how they needed to kill Course to be able to go high ground, and let's chip away. Slowly but surely. Boxy's
Nisha,
waiting in the wings.
You gotta get behind that tower.
Boxy's waiting for it. He's smoked up. He's trying to inch forward, and he's going to throw out the stun.
Burrow Strike, Sandstorm, dodges the spear. Okay, good start, good start. Madara refusing to come back, still focusing on hitting this tier 3. Hoping that Secret will come back and defend. They're going to do so now. He's going to spin TP out. Should be no problem here. Cancel the TP of one of them because they're actually going onto the Pango.
Nisha still has 2.5 minutes on this Aegis.
Like how he just quickly dropped all of his stat items to be able to magic wand.
Right in front of them.
Got a lot of mana off of it too.
Yeah, he's full. pretty much.
Yeah.
Dire's top shrine is
Just
under
waiting
attack.
there with the nullifier. Can kill Madara too.
With the nullifier, might be able to do it, but Burst Strike now he's silenced up. He does have the Aegis, so this is not the worst thing in the world for Team Secret. With the arena now coming up, Madara wasn't able to get off the Omni-Slash in time. Zai pins him to the wall. And with the two BKBs marching forward, they do manage to get the Scythe onto the Sand King, but now with the buyback turning into the Mars and getting
nice
the spear
stun.
onto Puppet. Poor old Puppet is down. 16,000 net worth is what Team Secret end up with as the buybacks are used on Alliance.
You say Puppet?
Puppet. I mean, it's got an E between the
it's
Y's,
like Mickey.
so
Puppet.
you know, Mickey and Puppet.
I like it. As the buybacks were used, it is now a 16k gold lead. Alliance still playing on, still hanging on. I'd say the win probability is like 75-25 though.
I remember talking about a 75-25
86-14.
at minute 60 of last game.
It was like minute like 70 where it was still like 75-25. I mean my own personal win probability, I should say.
In the meantime, dig up some battle points. So they try and farm their next round of items, but Team Secret is just not going to let them have the opportunity to do that. They've got 40 seconds left for the Aegis, and they're going to run into some great support heroes into the backline. They go with a smoke screen as well. The Rolling Thunder does manage to do a lot to stall, but Team Secret certainly not scared of one little old Pango. It's just going to allow Mickey as well as Madara to get out.
Yeah, now Boxy being dead too.
Well, I said get out. There he goes.
He's fine.
As long as he's not caught by the Riki, I guess he's got nothing that can stop him. Or the surprise spear. That happened once before.
This'll come in handy.
8 seconds on this Aegis. Secret have to know about that, but
Feeling some nice atmosphere right now. We've got the, they're testing out the music and I think the opening scene for the stadium tomorrow.
Dire's top barracks are
So the
under
whole
attack.
stadium's shaking a little bit. Music's playing. It's making for a nice setup for this defense of Alliance, which seems a little unlikely considering how far behind they are. They're actually going to be able to get the silence on Anisha. It doesn't really want to jump to anybody.
Oh, he's gone.
Zai actually jumps into him, latching him in. He was going to blink strike away, but Zai actually stopping him by blinking in and getting them latched together.
And at bottom.
Does Juggernaut not have, well, he does have Omni Slash, but there's going to be Yule's Scepter. Last a little
He's
bit
gonna
longer,
die for
instantly
this.
going to get psyched up. And that is the deadest Juggernaut I've ever seen.
He's dead for 100 too.
Yeah.
I can't believe Zai blinked in after. Do you remember it was a
Nisha
game?
was playing so careful. He's like, don't get too close to my allies. Wait it out. All right, ready to blink strike. And Zai's like, I'm here.
Did you watch that game where he was Pango, I think, and mid one was Monkey King?
Yeah.
And he rolled the trees over, and he revealed where he was? Oh, man. I don't care. There's a Basher Abyssal on this SF now to counter. He is done with the spin TP. He's mad.
Really?
Yeah, he's over it.
I mean, that is, it's really cool with the CDR too, because you're going to have an Abyssal Blade
on,
and a
man.
Scythe that you can use all the time in your fights.
I guess.
Nice two-man burrow strike with the last there. They're going to be able to shotgun the two supports down almost instantly, and there is still no Nisha, so there's not a ton of damage left. Mid one throws out some raises, yes, but he's got to back up. He has a blink away, so he's going to be okay. Boxy couldn't catch him, but they're still on the hunt for Zai, who's made his way up through the trees. Going to be spotted eventually here.
Oh, he
Burrow
was
struck.
greedy. He stayed.
Spears the morph,
Oh, he's
and
gone.
that's where all the damage was.
He's gone.
Radiant's top
Well
tower
played,
is
well played.
under attack.
Bristle front lives again.
Radiant structures are
Bristle front. Imagine if Bristleback had a stun
Radiant's top tower is falling.
like Mars does. Bet he would feel like a fantastic hero. Epicenter, blink. Are you blinking the right area?
Oh,
No. He had the gem too, but he just didn't blink to the right area. Didn't guess.
you gotta-
Oh no, and now it's poor old Taiga who's dead. Who can't use his Force Staff because he's nullified.
He came down here to just help out, be a homie.
Fire are scattered.
See that last fight again as the two-man burrow strike. I mean, it just looks so cool when they get the double shotgun. It's pretty like that.
Oh yeah, the two supports died instantly.
Oh, I hear a sight.
Dire's bottom tower is
But
under
that's still the same Pango that was dead before. We're just waiting on Roshan, I guess, at this point.
That is a low cooldown hex, let me just say.
6.6 seconds. So he can do a 3.5 seconds sight. They can follow that up with a 1.5 second disable an Abyssal Blade. And by that time, you are just 1 second away, 1.5 seconds away from using another disable.
has fallen.
You can
Pretty high.
Yules. You can
You can
actually do
Yules them
that.
and then try and get the scythe afterwards? You can.
So what you do is you Yules.
Oh, damn.
You Yules, Scythe, Abyssal. Yules, Scythe,
can
Abyssal.
double slice
Yules,
them.
Scythe, Abyssal. Yules, Scythe, Abyssal.
Yeah, the Abyssal Blade is a longer cooldown, though, right?
It's 10.
21 second cooldown.
It was real low when he had the Arcane Rune, though.
That's true.
It was like 6 seconds less or something. Oh, the
Nice
jump
spear
in.
lead out, the burrow strike onto the Crystal Maiden on the side. Throws out the two adaptive strikes, but, and actually he's going to turn into a Riki here. Sifi, oh, he needs to be able to get the Force Staff upside. He'll be okay. Out of that freezing field they go. They're actually going to be able to leash Nisha together. It's going to be pretty good. Meanwhile, Boxy has been found inside of his own sandstorm. They're going to let loose that ultimate. That's going to be godlike for mid one. Nisha did manage to get away and blinks back into this fight now that he sees the opportunity. He's joined the rest of his team. He surges forward, kills that Grimstroke. Mickey as a morphed Riki.
Dire's
And they're
top
pinging the
barracks
gem.
are under
They know it's
attack.
still there, but the buyback from Insania. Mickey's pinging right now. He wants to go for it. Oh, he's got
God,
him.
I'm surprised. Uses the invisibility against the Riki.
They're going to recover their gem now, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
That was... Poor Nisha.
So I haven't been paying super close attention with the Soulbind. Do you get 2 rounds of 3 adaptive strikes with the multi-shot?
I don't think
Or is
so.
it just 4? You're just going to get 4.
Yeah.
So very likely that one person's going to... Or do you get 5?
Oh, that'd be dope. Is the Hex, I mean, they're going for it right
good
now.
Spear. With the Soul
stun.
Blind keeping them together with Inkswell as well. They're going to use one and BKB together, so they won't be hit by that stun. Mid one's still just going to have
He's
to try and
gone.
run away, but he's dead. Now Zai's going to be chased down as well.
Gets the
Mantalusion's
blink.
actually blocking the old Juggernaut out a little bit. Zai tries to go for a spear here. Mickey trying to spear Zai up. They both whiff. Number 243 and 244, but it looks like they will be able to catch him underneath the tier 3. The Ghost Scepter's buying him a little bit of time, but finally the magic damage comes in. Still, though, the Morphling has gone too far. Gets ripped apart as the buyback from mid one is effective to kill at least 1 core.
That was
2,
beyond
actually,
far.
as they got Boxy.
They dove so far in to try to go for that.
Is under
Yeah.
attack.
I mean, Mickey, I told you, it's not easy to hit that spear. If you get it on him, you probably don't even die there, and you go back and get Roche. But now in a position where none of that's possible, they did go for the buyback, so now it's going to be a little bit do or die for both sides, as they might just catch Puppy here.
Yeah, Puppy. Pretty heavily chain stunned here. You're going to still complete that TP. He does. Oh, Nisha pops his BKB, tries to go back in with the smoke screen. The spear actually doesn't latch there. And the Soulbind not going to allow the mobility here to be able to catch until it finally fades away. So they do jump onto that Pango. They at least get that one pick off. All these buybacks being used by Team Secret. Heading into the Roche pit. Or maybe not.
They thought about it. I bought back for this, so they better.
Yeah.
Now they're going to walk in. This is the Ags. Who to give to?
Oh, mid one, right? For sure.
Nah, dude. Nisha's.
You like the pocket Riki instead? Puppy's tanky enough to live through that one, but they have so much long-range poke here. But now the Abyssal Blade jump forward with the BKB activated, but Manara does manage to get a defensive force down, but it's going to be the Morphling who's going to be in trouble instead as they
He's
do
not
manage to
buyback.
finish him off, and he doesn't have buyback here. Manara is going to try and spin back in with the Inkswells, hoping that he can deal enough damage. It will be enough to finish off Zai, but it looks like Nisha's going to be okay. He walks away from him. Allows
Mid-1, he's
Mid1
still
to be
on
able
the
to finish
hunt.
up that kill, and he's going to be able to find him with a sight, does a little dance and a jig before double raising Insania, dodging that burrow strike that came out. Now Boxy tries to go for an epicenter. Oh, no.
It's a disaster. Toby won.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
That's not the hype. It's a disaster. It's
That's the... Oh no.
Oh no.
And that was the buyback from the Morph that was expended for that too, and yeah, I think they're going to give it to Mid-1. Give him the souls. Give him the souls? No pocket, Ricky? Who took it? Oh, okay. Nice. I told you, man.
They give it a...
They gave it to the App Store. No, he has one already. Yeah, it's the pocket Ricky.
Pocket Ricky time. That's hype. Especially with the... with our SF Blink Abyssal Blading people at melee range.
Middle tower
What do you want from him, man?
I mean, it was hilarious. I mean, I just thought it was cool.
Anybody that, as soon as they begin to lose a fight, like, you're just controlled up. You're out of the game in front of Mid-1.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Nisha just throwing out those constant smoke screens every single time they're up, making it really difficult for Boxy to find a good opportunity to blink initiate. Mid-1 just kind of runs for it, hoping for the scythe. Misses it, though. Ricky jumps to the back line, but oh, nope, that's going to be blink strike. But now he's right next to the fountain. Controlled up a little bit for a moment there, but Madara still not able to deal out the damage, and their Morphling is still dead for another 10 seconds. That's going to be 2 lanes of barracks. There's still a tier 1 alive at bottom.
Zai's pinging an Arcane Rune. He wants Mid-1 to come back so that he can cycle through, get the infinite combo off. Just juggle him in the air forever.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Minute 45, 30,000 net worth lead for Team Secret.
Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
What are the odds? 90-10? 95-5?
I think 95-5 is probably more accurate at this point. 96-4.
96-4, I'll take
Off
that.
by a %. As the outer towers are going to fall. Secret, they still have the Aegis up on their Ricky. He's got a Basher coming to him next. CM completes a Lincoln's. Why not?
BKB Lincolns, how are you going to stop this blinking freezing field? And Mid-1 is apparently, no, I want to get some bounty runes. I want to keep farming. Let me get my refresher so I can disable someone for 20 seconds straight. I'm imagining him jumping the Morphling and just chain disabling him while right-clicking the buildings instead. Not actually just trying to kill him, just demonstrating that, you know, I can do this to you.
Swindle Melons, our very own Kyle, bought one against Void Boys in 2015. The Void Boys with Pat Soul.
Kyle was ahead of his time.
He won that game. That's what we were told too. Yeah, I could have told you guys that.
Of course. Nullifier being built by Madara. There's our cheese on our ogre, so Mickey's not going to have the same kind of opportunities he's had time and time before to just quickly blow up that ogre. That smokescreen nullifier is such a big problem, but fortunately with the rest of the Alliance members around, they can double force staff, get him away.
It's a BKB now on Mickey.
Yeah, but you're already countered by Abyssal Blade.
The genius. The 2 levels.
Seriously, he's got 10,000 gold again. All right, there's a blink in. The arena goes out. They don't really get the... Oh, they do actually get Mickey up with the sight. The fight. He takes a lot of damage, but he's already popped his BKB. Look at the adaptive strikes going out, but they immediately pop the cheese on the ogre. Most of them are going to be able to side right, except for Mid-1, who actually dies as the Rolling Thunder on through, thanks to all of Madara's damage. Now he's going to try and spin down Yapzor back over inside of Ricky's ultimate here, where poor old Taiga does get bashed up, controlled. Won't be able to make it out in time. There is no buyback. The man that had 10,000 gold in his bank before going into the high ground spent it all. So no
On what?
buyback on the SF.
Tell me what.
Tell you what?
What items did he buy?
He bought the refresher. He just straight up bought it all out.
He straight up just bought a
Regeneration.
It's got another 50 seconds, so he'll be fine. Don't think that Alliance can really run down mid at this point.
They're not really using the pocket rookie.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, I guess that was the thing for me. It was like the blink strike range and you being like,
It's probably better to have just given it to the CM or the SF. In hindsight, even the ogre's not bad. The double.
in hindsight. I mean, your boy had a foresight and said SF.
Yeah, okay, dude. Nobody likes a store winner.
We'll see. Maybe he'll do it next time. I mean, it pretty much just matches the arena AoE at this point. So he can jump in. He doesn't have to jump inside SF. He can jump inside a good old Mars.
Mid one died real fast, by the way.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower
The
has fallen.
BKB on this Morphling, making him nigh invincible. The problem is they don't really have the damage to cut through his when he's BKB and morphing up, even when he gets abyssal. So he kind of just does whatever he wants.
Yeah. Gonna be even harder if he gets this satanic.
Man, the combined game time for this series is getting real high. For a 2-game series.
Reminder that this game does not matter, but both of these teams will fight to the bitter end.
So yesterday we had 2 series start in the span of this time. And this is our second series of the day. As the
Oh, the jump in,
jump.
and nice soul bind onto Yapster as well as Zai, but they managed to get the spear that already finished off that Grimstroke. But mid one is being targeted heavily by Mickey, who has that Eye of Scotty, stays on top of him. Don't let it blink away. Get that
The
rolling thunder.
Abyssals.
The Abyssal blade into blink. He gets away. Nisha now going to jump in straight onto Boxy with his nullifier, but Mickey is back. After failing to kill mid one, he's going to go for some of these other heroes. Needs some force staff to be able to help him out, but
There's
Nisha
smokes
just rips him
everywhere.
apart so quickly. A big shot out, a big burst of magic damage. He ends up falling. They do not have buyback on 2 of these heroes. Alliance will have to defend 3 versus 5 now.
There was smoke everywhere on the ground.
They could not force staff him enough times.
Let's put that dead business behind us.
Dire's bottom
And now just one lane of barracks, 4 megas, no buyback on the Sand King or the Grimstroke, and towers dropping fast. Leading to out with the side though. They got with the nullifier. They're controlling up Madara pretty well. They can keep the disables up thanks to mid one as well. Just nobody can actually save them because all the 4 staffs are actually dead right now. Now with the smoke screen on top of this Morphling, they do manage to get that ghost step to himself. Ethereal Blade is going to allow him to survive for a while, but they just have so much disable. Now the spear onto the Ancient that they're going to look to blow up soon, right after they finish up with Madara here in his second life. No buyback from Mickey. Madara dropping low. Omni slashes onto the creep wave just to stay alive a little longer, but they pop the glyph instantly, so he doesn't even kill any creeps. Makes it away back to the fountain, but that's what Mars can do best. Same goes to the Freezing Field Crystal Maiden, that high armor. They can take the fountain. They can do this all day. The double scythe out. Okay, Epicenter with the Inkswell. That's a lot of damage. That'll finish off Mars. Now it actually latches onto the SF as well. A big hit out from Insania. They're also low, but the Sandstorm's just not quite finishing him off. And the Grimstroke by himself now can't do enough magic damage anymore to get these kills.
The spite glyph onto the creeps. You get nothing, sir.
Not even heroes, not even creep kills.
And it does take 52 minutes, but Secret, they had their fun today.
They closed it out strong in both games. This has given them, I mean, if Puppy didn't already have enough experience with wild, crazy late games dating all the way back to his TI3 run against Alliance, he just got a little bit more experience when it comes to these crazy late games past 40 minutes. Well, it was an interesting series for sure. But Team Secret do manage to close it out 2-0 against Alliance. We're going to say goodbye to Alliance now here at ESL One Birmingham. We've already kind of had our piece about them, how they've shown some strength, but at the end, just not good enough to be able to take on the best here at ESL One Birmingham. Back to the desk we go, I guess.
Thank you very much. Yes, gents. 2 hours and 17 minutes, the longest best of 2 series in ESL One history, and just a small matter of 170 kills in 2 games. Are you not entertained? I think our gentlemen on the panel were entertained. We're back with T-Governor and Persia alongside me. Good win. Good solid win in the end, but it took a long time. Again.
Yeah, I think if you want to look at it that way, it's still a good sign for Alliance because I think their draft still looked pretty good. I think they still have problems with their leaving laning phase and some choices that they do make in the game. But overall, they're playing with a stand-in.
Yeah, plenty of positives.
Yeah, I can still see positives from this loss. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kevin, you feel the same way?
Yeah, their team fight execution is really good. There's a lot of times where the fight would just instantly start and a lot of heroes would blow up. And I think that they definitely have very high skilled players. Yep. They just need to get a little bit more team cohesion because they do get a little bit over aggressive at times. And
some of that will come with Koiva coming back.
Potentially. I mean,
I think Madara's played really well though.
Yeah, Madara's excellent. It's not just the one guy.
Sure.
I don't think that swapping out one more player is going to make that big of a difference in terms of them getting overly aggressive unless he can wrangle everybody. But
unless Koikova's the guy that is in the game making the calls about saying I'm not farmed yet, let's hold back for a second, because again he might be
which
a
he
little
definitely is. Because that's Koikova.
Yeah, exactly. And also the other thing is when Alliance play with Koikova, their ability to play certain heroes does come unlocked. So they are playing a little bit more reserved Alliance. And of course, when they're not playing their better heroes that Koikova can pull out, then obviously their timings and understanding isn't obviously there. So I think that could also be a reason why some of these games where they could have beat these top teams, they just kind of fell off a little bit, and it might just be having to have different core setups.
Secret go through a couple of hours ago, Kevin. We were talking about the possibility that they might not even get out of their group. It all seems redundant now, of course, and straightforward. But they've not had the smoothest of group stages.
It was pretty darn smooth. I feel like this last game that we saw is what we expected for both of the Alliance games, where I think they messed around in the draft, but they still played mostly serious.
Yeah.
And mid one just it's like all the pressure came off of them. They're like, it's all fine. Let's pick kind of flexible and just play fully loose. And they just completely dominated in the early game. Mid one's performance is crazy.
I was going to say, how much did you enjoy the Ricky?
It was okay. It was really helped out by the Bloodlust. That helped a lot. Yeah. And the times where they would just get Zai would blink in and get a stun on one guy, and then Ricky with his giant blink strike range, he's like, all right, I've got my target. Just BKB blinks and kills that guy. So it was definitely good. I learned a few things.
Mid 1 hour MVP.
There's no need to even ask.
Yeah. He kind of styled. He bought the Abyssal, had the Hex, had fun.
Had the fastest everything's basically that that he could have. Yeah, he's just he's so quick. It's like one of those things where even as a relatively high level player, I can watch the team fight, but as soon as he kills one guy, he's already been looking at the next target.
Right.
So it's
knows.
He instantly turns and goes for the next raise that I wasn't even close to paying attention to. It just really shows that next level player.
Yeah, it's almost the mapping out of chess moves. You've already figured out what you're going to do next before the other team have even had a chance to work out what you're doing first.
Yep, and that also I think applies even in-game, out-of-game as well with the draft. You can see how in the first game, Alliance had the understanding of, we're going to give them the IO, and they had an idea and they could play that. But in this game, Secret, their draft was all around the place. It was like a classic, we don't know what's happening. They last picked the Ricky, sure, you could say that's just more for fun, that's not no real value there, but you can see how Secret had more control on this game just simply because the draft Secret controlled it with the picks that they were having as well.
Obviously, Secret will see them again, Kevin, in the main event itself. Alliance,
Probably,
we say goodbye now, unfortunately, to them here. But how do you view them going into the minor? What sort of chances do you give them?
Alliance, I think they're looking pretty good. I think I would say that they've impressed me. Obviously, they get knocked out, but they 2-0'd LGD, who's fantastic, and got second in their group. And they took a game off Secret, and a lot of their other games that they lost, it's kind of what everybody keeps saying. The games that they lose, they were winnable. So I think that's a great position to be at, even if they didn't perform super well here. Take what they learned, go to the next tournament that actually matters because it's DPC, and get a good result.
Okay, good stuff. Let's hear from the man himself on the Secret side of things. Puppy is with Shiva.
Thanks, Paul. Puppy, that series was crazy. Some of the longest games we've had. The back and forth games were crazy to watch. Why do you think it was so difficult for you and your squad to close out those games?
New patch,
We haven't been playing for a while, rusty. Overall, I think like the more games we play like these, the better we'll become. Overall, I think Alliance is actually a very good team, and that's a big part of the fact that how well they held the game in for a long while, even though we had a big lead and stuff and whatever. Overall, they know how to fight, they know how to play, like Roche fights objectives and stuff. So I don't know. I think what you just saw was basically two teams being either on their own level, and Alliance really needed to take a win in order to go forward in this tournament. So did we. So it just ended up being basically like a really nail-biting match.
It was definitely a treat to watch. Now you and your team are in a position where you're already going to TI. You're one of the favorite teams. Everybody's looking out to see what Seeker's going to do next. You've been in this position before as the favorite going into TI. I know it's a while away, but still, you got that pressure. How do you deal with that differently, perhaps, than other years?
I think in TI 5, everybody was. They wanted to win the TI in a way like we should win TI. Okay. Come on, we had the best team, we should win TI. But I think the difference between this team is that we work for our tournament wins. We don't actually we're not just better or something like that, even though it seems like it sometimes. But you can see we can follow games and stuff all the time. Overall, the point is still that it's a different team. It's a team atmosphere. We don't have like superstars. They ended up becoming superstars, right? Nisha wasn't really seen in the scene. Zai wasn't really getting any success as an offlaner for a while and stuff, and now he is and stuff. So it's a little bit different in this team. It's not really the same, and we will just work hard for our wins, and that's it.
And back to this tournament then, because what has your focus been on for the last couple of days with a new patch, obviously?
I'm not really sure exactly what to do yet, exactly, from the patch. I don't like the fact that Wisp and Chen are supposedly like just top tier heroes, first picks, because they're literally just there as healers and teleporters, just broken in a way, and they kind of make the draft in a way like annoying. Like I don't enjoy just seeing I have second pick, that team is just going to ban Chen Wisp. It's not interesting anymore. So interest has gone a little bit further from the draft, I would say, just because of those two heroes being too broken. Surely, maybe we will find good ways to beat it overall, but for now, that's the patch.
All right, well, I am looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to come up with next, and I'm going to let you go back to relax with your team, and we are going to head back to the panel.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Some wise words from Puppy. It's interesting what he says, isn't it, about his early impressions of the patch. I'm always interested in what he says, and he says Chen and Wisp are broken, they make the draft boring.
And not just that they're broken, it's that he gave you the nuggets of wisdom. He said healing, teleporter heroes, basically, and that's the key wisdom thing. He thinks that being able to relocate your cores around rapidly is really abusive because it changes the dynamics of team fighting and stuff like that.
Yep. Next up for Secret is OG in the lower bracket.
It's going to be a good one, for sure. I think OG's drafting as well can be very creative, and I think Secret trying to find their footing with how they want to draft as well. It's going to lead to some interesting drafts from the two of them, and hopefully again another good series.
Yep, looking forward to it. We're also looking forward to the next round, which is coming up very shortly. We're not going to wait until the main stage tomorrow. Indeed, we're going to go straight into the upper bracket with EG versus TNC. That's our next match here at ESL One Birmingham. We'll see you in a few.